opportunity to voice out a thought, a sentiment regarding music, oh, I will take it with both hands. Now, this morning for our Tech for Good, we're joined by one of South Africa's highly accomplished women in the ICT space. She's a leader whose journey blends technical expertise, purpose together with people development of the people. Mpumi Mahlangu is the founder and managing director of Synergy Trading and Project, a 100% black female-owned ICT firm with over 2 decades of experience at Vodacom, Syntec, Nokia, and Liquid Intelligent Technologies. She has led national network rollouts and complex infrastructure projects that have helped shape South Africa's digital landscape. Amandla Komurei. Mpumi holds degree in computer science and computer engineering from the University of Cape Town, advanced business qualifications from GIBS, and is a certified project management professional at Synergy. She is passionate about upskilling her team. Good morning. Your resume.
Morning.
Resume.
Gosh.
Your resume. Mpumi must be proud though.
Yeah, hey. It's only actually when people read my resume and I'm like, wow, is that me?
Yeah. I can understand. That.
Yes. Yeah, I just got some good goosebumps as you're reading there. So yeah.
It's incredible, really. Do you take moment to just reflect on the journey though? To be like, man, because when you are in that moment, you're busy being a leader and you don't have the privilege of just stopping and reflecting. Have you had a moment to reflect?
That's true. I think it's only when you get sort of nominated for awards or you are recognized in the form of awards and things like that you take the time to reflect and you marvel at what you've been able to achieve. But yeah, on a normal day, hey, no, because you're just so busy.
Yes, that's why
trying to get everything right.
Yes, that's why I'm checking in to say, look, it can only be when we are on air that you're like, man, actually, come to think of it.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know which key points or highlights that you can really bring up this morning as we reflect into your ICT journey, just before we get into your influence and your empowerment projects.
Yeah, no, anything I'd like to reflect on is, I'm a product of mentorship. I'm a product of initiatives that were put together by other people, whether in corporate or even, within, sort of business space, right? So this is also something I'd like to pay forward, right? I'd like to also make sure that, I mentor other young, up-and-coming young girls into the space and just build them into, into what they would like to be in the space, because there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of possibilities in the space. So yeah.
So when you say mentors, these are people that you grew up around or you met later enough? Because look, ICT, you really have to be one of a kind or one of the few to just pursue it on your own. And then sometimes you have to look for those mentors because they're not just readily available.
No, I was lucky. After my studies, I stumbled upon a program called Graduate Program for Females in Technology, which was an initiative by one of the big telcos in the country. So I was lucky to be accepted into that program. And as part of that program, there was a mentorship that was provided to us. So I would say that as I entered the job market, I then, was mentored into the space, really. So not necessarily as I was growing up. As I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of, role models, around. I grew up in a township, right? So it's only later on in life that, I got the opportunities, and then I've also now realized the impact that mentorship has had on my career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had those kind of mentors, I would have taken a leap in this path, really.
Is it?
So you are right when you say that not everybody had a
Yeah.
mentor readily available, able to walk them through it. Rona Babang, we literally just went into this journey 3 years when I started anchoring this show.
Yes.
What a blessing.
Wow.
And eye-opener, I must say. So tell us about what you do at Synergy then.
So what we do is we basically help, big telcos in the country bring infrastructure to communities. This is telecoms infrastructure, so basically enabling communication. And this is now by building RAN transmission, energy solutions within the telco space. That's really, in a nutshell, what we do. And we also procure or source materials for the same work that we do, and we sell that back into the telcos. So it's really about bridging the digital. So we are part of that value chain, right? In making sure that we bridge this digital divide, and bringing connectivity to communities, and making sure that people have access to the infrastructure, right, to be able to communicate at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot of upskilling that you do internally.
Yes.
In your company.
Yes.
Tell us about that structure and why that for you is also one of the core values that is holding it together.
Yeah, it's really twofold, right? So traditionally in the telco space, you'll find a lot of people specialize in in a different area. I'll say, for instance, transmission, right? So you'll find a technician that sort of specializes in just transmission, right? But then you find that as a company, we also cannot afford to just hire people that are specialists in one area, right? Because then we need to be able to keep our costs down and be able to be sustainable, right?
Yes.
So upskilling the guys and making sure that they are empowered to be able to, to be versatile and go into the RAN space, go into the energy solutions space. It helps us as a company, to be able to keep our costs down, and be able to manage and be a sustainable business, right? Because obviously, the margins are not so are very minimal, right?
Yes.
So it helps us, but it also at the end of the day helps the the individuals, right? Because then they can be marketable, across different areas of expertise. So it's sort of it helps their careers along as well. You get what I mean? So it's really twofold. We are helping ourselves in a way, but also helping our guys as well at the same time.
So these are people that are already qualified. You just add different layers to what their skill that they have brought forward.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, we've got people that come in and they're only specialists in one area, right? But then we also take on people that have no experience at all in the space, right? And then we pair them with people that have the experience so that they can learn on a day-to-day, and obviously giving them certifications as well, as well as technical practical experience. So we do that, and we've also partnered with Ekurhuleni West College, where we get some of the students from. I'm a bit biased, so I choose females.
Okay. No, I saw that. It says 100%, and I'm like, are you sure? Like 100%?
Yeah. So the company is 100% owned by myself. Yes.
Okay, but not 100% run.
Yes, not necessarily 100% run.
Owned.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yes.
All right. So these people that have no experience are coming from a college with a bit of theory.
Yes,
Okay.
they're coming from a college, and also I think it could be also random people that approach us to say, they would like an opportunity. And obviously, if the attitude is right, we give opportunities to people. If they are willing to learn, we give them those opportunities and they can grow within the company. We've actually had, if I can just give you one story, our safety officer at the moment is someone that didn't even know how to use a computer when they came in. We started them from actually taking them to courses to learn how to use a computer, basic computer, skills. We started them from there, and they grew into this role that they are in today as a safety officer. They are qualified just like any other safety officer that is out there in the space, right? So they've got all the certifications that are required. They now obviously have the experience that is required. We've also obviously gotten them, mentorship as well to grow them into the space, because they showed interest in the safety domain of what we do. So it's a wide range of things that we do to make sure that we empower people. People are really an integral part of our business. So we have to take care of the people. They will take care of the business.
Okay. So, look, this could also just inspire other companies to say, you are ultimately investing in yourself.
Yes, at the end of the day, actually.
You the rewards immediately at the time, but when you train your people internally, as you said, why should I now hire extra when I could give you an extra skill? Or when you show interest and you are willing, because this is also the foundation of the conversation. When we started, we said these things aren't always readily available, and of course there's the finance side of things, and also it's access, you know what I mean? So sometimes you learn, but not just at university, you learn in corporate or in the business way you come in. So for businesses then that are listening and they say, but I have costs, I've got to run the business, I've got partners that I need to report to, where do I get the time? Where do you have the time, the resources to strike that balance?
You build systems, right? It's really about building a system that will be able to outlive you at the end of the day, right? My journey obviously started in corporate South Africa. So I learned quite a lot when I was in corporate. And I also, I got my credibility from there as well. So when I then went into entrepreneurship, I also had people that said, hey, Mpumi, we believe in your vision. We're going to come and actually, we would like to actually come and build this with you, right? So one of the ladies that actually runs, the company on a day-to-day is someone like that, is someone that followed me and was like, I believe in your vision. Can I actually come and, and build this with you, right? So yes, you use the resources that you have at your disposal to create a system, that will enable you to do that. I don't have to do it now myself directly anymore because I invested in her.
Okay.
You get what I mean? And then the cycle continues, and then as the other people come into the business, she invests in them. So it is really a cycle of women sort of paying it forward, and that's how it takes really empowering that one, right? And the cycle will continue, and it will become now a system that can run without you having to lift a finger. So that's what I aspire to do. I aspire to build systems that will outlive me, have people in place that will make sure that the business runs, that will make sure that the vision at the end of the day is lived on a day-to-day. That is really about that.
Okay, we have someone here, Captain Skosana, which I've just been forwarded the message to share with you. They are streaming and they're saying that they are, Mpumi, we are proud of you. Ngwanyana, that's what they're saying. Wako Siyabuswa.
Yes.
Where's Siyabuswa? You're from Siyabuswa?
Yes, I actually grew up in Siyabuswa. It's in Mpumalanga, yeah.
Ngwanyana wako Siyabuswa. Hafeza are, that's my humble friend. So you know them.
Captain Skosana, I actually know her. She's my friend from primary school, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Siabuswa in the house, they are supporting. Okay, back to the conversation then. Do you have then an annual intake of training program, or this is on the need to have basis with your company?
Yeah, so it's really on a need basis, right? But also looking at the pipeline in terms of projects, that we see probably going to come through in the next, say, in the next year or so. Things that we are, in the background working on. We look at, the amount of resources that we are going to need and the type of skill that we are going to need. Then we start to then, put in place what we need to do now for us to be ready when those things materialize, when those projects sort of materialize, right? So that's how we do it. So I can't really necessarily give a specific number. It is really guided by the projects that are in the pipeline.
Okay, and inspiration really, I think, is what we need, because it's hard to stay inspired in a world that is forever changing. And something happens and, you look at what you have and you're like, oh, not up to par, not time to start that business, let's not. And you don't even have also time for other people because you're trying to better yourself, So with you being here and doing the work that you're doing, I guess, to be honest, it is inspiring to us as well. And I hope you can inspire other businesses. Any last parting words?
Parting words. I think there is a lot of us, women, out there that obviously, go through this different, challenges, and, they end up sort of, those challenges or things that we go through end up dimming, our light. So I'd like to really encourage someone out there that might be listening to say, you know what? If there's things that you would like to do, just do it, right? Just take the leap of faith, God is faithful. God will see you through, right? He put that idea and that vision in your heart for a purpose, right? So don't wait for the situation or for things to be perfect or for everything to align, for to dot, each and every I and cross each and every, just jump in and just do it and take that leap, right? Because it will never be perfect, right? It will never be perfect. So just take the leap, and you'll be surprised at what God, can do. Because I never imagined for Synergy to grow into what it has. What it has achieved up until this far. So yeah, you'll be amazed. Just trust God, take that leap of faith.
All right. Your time is going. I only have 16 minutes and I do have another guest. So I'm going to have to wrap up this conversation. Unfortunately, it is such a good conversation. Really eye-opening, inspiring on a Sunday morning. I hope that it also will inspire you to have a productive week. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. That was Mpumi Mahlangu, who is founder and managing director of Synergy Trading. And it is, as I did say, it's now 14 minutes before 11 Central African time. We've got another great guest that we're going to be chatting to on the other side of this.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126
I can see my whole world changing
and contribute to the conversation.